Hello everybody, Adam here. I am a professionally trained audio engineer as well as a metal guitar player, and today I'm going to be reacting to and analyzing Crown the Empire's song Zero. So this is from a live video from their Outbreak tour from 2016. What I'm wanting to analyze is see how the live audio works in my earphones. I'm curious to know how the mixing engineer mixed everything later on after everything was shot and filmed. I'm curious to hear if they've done any like overdubbing or if it sounds like very natural. So that's what I'm going to be looking at today. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
Peak. Let's see what you got, California.
Guitar left ear.
Even you in the back.
Oh, interesting, okay. Sometimes in the right ear, sometimes just in the left ear, guitar. Seems pretty balanced. The drums are really loud. Oh, that snare drum just cuts. Man, the harmonies are good. Really good. Of course, that could have been done in post-production, but if it's live vocals, then they are tight vocalists live. Okay. Lead electric guitar is in the middle during that part.
Fuck yeah.
The vocals sound really good, man. They're very clear, very concise, sitting right on top of the mix exactly like they're supposed to do. Oh, good harmony, man. This is great. Very solid. I like the drummer's kick tone. It's really good. This part's really well done. Good job on the octaves right there. Oh, he didn't do the full extended scream. I wanted him to do like the 7 or 8 second string. Oh, here we go. This is where it is. Okay, that's what I was talking about. That was great. Then he goes right back into the clean singing. Great control from the screamer singer. Just everything about the drums is so hot. I could have been okay with them dropping everything that the drums are currently doing, everything down at least 4 dBs, at least. It's over dominating sometimes.
Thank you.
Well, that was solid. Okay, so I know it's a really short song, but all the key components were there. I would call this mix really decent. I tried very hard to figure out where the bass was. I knew the bass was like dead center at 0, but I really felt like the drums over dominated the bass the entire song. And that's a really easy thing to have happen in metal music because you want the bass drum, to be prominent. And you need to hear all the subtleties, you need to hear all the syncopation, you need to hear like all the 16th notes and the accents that the kick drum is doing. But I felt like, at least on this first listen, I felt like the snare was way louder than the kick. Generally, when you're mixing music, your vocals, your snare drum, and your kick drum should all be roughly around the same volume, maybe vocals just a tiny bit higher in the mix. The drums themselves sounded really, really good individually. I loved how the snare sounded. I just didn't like how loud it was in the mix. Let's talk about the vocalists. The vocalists were placed really well in the mix. Neither one of the vocalists were any higher or lower than each other, which can be a thing that happens with live mixes. I gotta give props to their screamer and harmony vocalist. That guy is good, man. He's got some amazing fry screams. He has a great ear for harmony during that chorus. And then their lead vocalist, man, I love his voice. He did like all the high notes really well. I know he's like a really high set tenor, and I really like that type of style of singing and like metalcore music. I have listened to these guys for, as of making this video, maybe like 5 years or something. So I am definitely familiar with this song and how it sounds on the album version. And live, they definitely did it justice. The electric guitars sounded almost exactly like the album. It sounded almost like a copy and paste. Like, it was so good. Their live electric guitar players are very, very spot on with their tone, and it was all really well placed. It was generally very wide for the most part. I would say outstanding job from the musicians themselves. They all nailed their parts. I would probably give this, the actual mix itself, maybe like a 7 out of 10. The master was fine. It wasn't pumping or anything like that, so that was totally okay. Well, that's about all I have to say. It was a short song, short analysis. If you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the sub and the bell button. It really does help me out. I do have a Patreon page, by the way. It is the top link in my description. So hit the link, check it out, see if there's anything of interest for you there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.